a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition. In studio with me today are three powerful men in black, and then I'll say orange. Welcome to the set. Something powerful happening. But I'll tell you something. When Joshua walked in, he was the first to walk in this morning, and I said, sit anywhere, and then he said, no, we'll sit in the order of the, but then is when it dawned on me, Jaws for J for Joshua, A for Albert, and W for Walter. Joshua, Albert, and Walter. Jaws. Wow. How are you guys today?
Wonderful.
Doing well.
Doing well?
Yes.
Doing well. And so Jaws is on the move. I know we would have had, I think, several other conversations prior to now, on and off set, talking about the marvelous things that you guys have been doing over the years, continue to grow from strength to strength. And in this season, we're seeing you doing even greater things. And, I always wonder how people do it to sit and write books. Not one of my things that I think that, everybody says at the end of the time they want to sit back and write a book. Not that. I ain't promising you. I'll tell the story.
You never know.
Otherwise.
Don't really talk. Don't really talk. We have some coming for you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So tell me, what's going on with Jaws, the book, Orange and Black?
Yes. Well, we wrote a book together, as you said, Joshua, myself, and Walter. We've been together since about 2018. And based on our strengths, based on our passion, we decided to come together and collaborate and combine our strengths to create a book called Jaws. And as you stated, it's represented by each person's name, and it represents each section of our framework for success. So J stands for journey, A stands for approach, and W stands for work. S is success. Success. So it's the Jaws to success.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got the work to do.
We all have to work to
You register the journey.
Yes.
You do the assessment.
Approach.
You strategize. You look at how we're going to put this together.
Yes.
Oh, you got the work. Not only at the prisons, you got the work. This group. Smart. Well, tell us the concept of the book Jaws.
Okay, well, let Josh start with the journey.
Yes. Jaws is, like we said, it's a package, it's a concept, it's a
formula.
movement, formula. And the J is for journey. And on the journey, a lot of things are happening. And I see it as a construction. You're building something that's going to be beautiful. You want to count the cost. You want to make sure that you have the right stuff. You yourself have to be able to go the mile that you want to go to accomplish your goals, your dreams. And I like to say the journey is about leading you, becoming who you need to be to accomplish the goal. And on this journey, I had to become disciplined. I had to throw off laziness. I had to fight against all kinds of other things that wanted my attention while fulfilling this dream. So the journey is packed with a lot of things. You'll meet different people that are only going to be there for a season. Some will stick with you. So it's packed.
you know, not too many people admit to being lazy at some point. I mean, I'm lazy to go wash the dishes now, but laziness in a bigger sense, you have to.
Being lazy, it's seasonal. And people don't get up to be lazy. It's a comfort zone that they go into to whether protect themselves, to preserve their energy. If they feel they can't get something done, they procrastinate. So it's a lot of things that causes one to be lazy.
Thanks for a good justification. and the approach.
Correct. So from my perspective, this is the ultimate guide on success. So we have to realize that success, first of all, is a journey. It's not an overnight thing. But then also there's an approach to success. So your approach really is your methodology, how you see things, your perspective. You know, because there is a certain way that you actually operate in life. So I raised the question is, so what is your approach to life? Because you know the saying that says there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right.
So there's multiple approaches. But sometimes we have to look within and say, you know, maybe I am not approaching this the right way. Because we always say that, you know, your attitude determines your altitude. But I think there's one small portion that we forget about is actually really your attitude is determined by your inside, your soul, how you view yourself. And once you determine what that is, you have the right approach, and then you'll be successful.
You hear the counselor in you coming out right. Yes.
But it's the truth, though, because if you think about it, sometimes we don't want to change. I've always done it this way. I don't want to change.
Yeah.
This is all I know. But sometimes you have to step back and say, you know what? Maybe I need to change my approach.
And that's so true. Very oftentimes, things are presented to us or a situation may arise where new ideas are aborted for something. And the first reaction you get from the majority, ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
Everyone finds something to criticize rather than critique.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, simply because I'm prepared for
You're
that.
not prepared for
change.
that, right.
But if you pull back and you sit back and you realize, you know, that could be a really darn good thing to work with. You were about to say, Josh.
Right. It's all a part of the journey. You have people ready to stop you from moving forward. And there's an approach to deal with those people. You have to prepare your mindset to deal with them. And some people don't know how to deal with them, so they don't start.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes they think they know it all. Sometimes we don't know it all. Maybe I can humble myself and learn something.
Every day you learn something.
You should.
You can't exist in this world and tell yourself that I know it all, but then I don't want to be around you.
Right.
Yeah. You know, Walter, the work.
Yeah. Work. Lovely word.
Yeah.
You know, we look at people every day. We listen to people. They're persons each of us admires for one reason or another, and they're people we emulate, and they're people that we say, oh, I would like to live like that. I would like to be like that. But we seldom look at the work that goes behind them accomplishing and achieving what they have. Most persons didn't just get up and inherit success. They worked hard for it. They had a plan, they had a methodology, they stuck to it. Even a simple thing like writing this book, you know, people would look on the outside and say, whoa, another book. This is actually my fifth. And, you know, after a while, people would just see, oh, he wrote another book. This took sacrifice. I had to say to myself that I wasn't just doing it for me. There's a message that we want to get out to the world. There's a formula that we believe in, that we see working for us, that we want people to realize that, hey, you could put this formula in any area of your life and you could accomplish success. You don't have to do anything that's illegitimate or illegal. You know, success is achievable for everybody, but it comes with a price, right? That S could even stand for sacrifice. Success takes sacrifice.
Yeah, you gotta put a little S to the top of the big S, which means continuous S's.
But yeah, nothing good comes easy, you know, and even if something good comes easy, if you want to keep it, you have to work.
You know, that is exactly what I was going to come to, because you said earlier, you know, not everyone wake up and inherit something. Even if you would have inherited something, you have to work to maintain it, to keep it going, to make it work for you. It may have worked for my ancestors or my parents or whoever, but for it to work for me in this space, time would have evolved. I have to put in the work. Otherwise, you can just squander and tomorrow you're without anything. Total failure.
And all of us could look back in our lives and see a place where we failed to work, and so we didn't accomplish something or we didn't keep something. You know, everybody, I believe, has at least one book in them. I say that everywhere I go. And
Like you said, what you
yours is coming. Yours is coming. Well, there you go. But in order to get this done, and even the audio book that you may be thinking about doing, the fact of the matter is you have to put time aside to get that done. You have to wake up, and if one day passes and you don't write, 2 days pass, you don't write, it turns into a month, turns into a year, then you have a thought, you know, oh, I remember I had this thing, this business idea, I had this, desire to pursue a particular degree or whatever it is, but you weren't willing to put in the work, you weren't disciplined enough to say, okay, let me put a minute, an hour, a day aside, and get this done. So work is important to success. And these three elements, the journey, the approach, the work, all these three things have to go together in order for you to achieve success. I'll let Albert say something that he discovered, a challenge that he puts out to people in terms of this formula.
Yeah, I'm going to just kind of give you a little background, because we do believe this is the ultimate guide. These three components, if you do those things, we can guarantee you'll have success. And I can't think of anything else to add to those three elements. Any other thing you say is going to fall on those three categories. So this is why we call it the ultimate guide. And not only have we wrote about it, we experienced this. From the time we started, actually back in 2017, we got together after Hurricane Irma, and we kind of saw our strengths. We said, let's combine. We started writing in 2019, and it took to now to get it out.
2024.
Yeah. No, but it took a journey. It wasn't overnight.
Yes.
We had to change our approach multiple times to get it done, because we all experienced personal pain and setbacks and things like that. And we had to put the work in.
What about 2017 that caused this to birth?
Basically, because of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, the entire territory was under depression, anxiety because of what took place. And we were gathered together with a group called Project Uplift. And we were just walking around throughout the territory in different organizations, giving them a message of hope and encouragement. And that's when I noticed our strengths. And I said, you know, guys, I'm going to launch a book. Do you all have books to launch? And they said, yeah, we do have books. So we decided to launch all books one time together in 2019. It was called the 3-Man Book Launch.
Yes.
We all had individual books.
I don't remember that one.
The first time in Virgin Islands history, yeah. And then from there we said, okay, maybe we can combine our strengths and write one book. And we wanted to talk about success. And you know, there's a quote that says, grabbing success out of the jaws of failure. Because you're about to fail, but you're going to grab that success. So I kind of played with that thought, and I saw jaws. Okay, journey, approach, work. And that's how we came to the concept. And so our challenge is, if anybody can add to this formula, let us know. I don't think we can do it. Anything falls in those three categories.
As you said those words, grabbing out of jaws.
Yes.
All I'm seeing is a shark's big mouth and those jagged, sharp-edged teeth.
Yeah.
That's all I'm seeing, the teeth, the sharp teeth, and you putting your hands in there to grab out of it.
Yeah. And to have success, you have to be brave. You have to be brave.
You'll get some pain in it
There's
as
pain.
well.
Yes.
You get some bruises, some scratches.
We've got some bruises.
Lose a limb and all of that.
We have. Trying to write this book, we've got some bruises. We've got some scars. We've been through some things. But we believe this message is an everlasting message. It's going to last for a lifetime because, again, it's the ultimate guide to success.
Just open at any page and read 2 lines from there.
Oh, from my part, any part?
Anybody. Just open.
Oh,
just
man. 2
read
pages. Okay.
He made sure it went into A.
Here you go. I don't know.
Just 2 lines.
Okay. Let's talk about healing the soul. Because again, I talked about the soul. And there's a quote I say here: dismiss whatever insults your own soul. And so basically, you have to dismiss those things that are coming against your soul.
Right.
Because the book talks about the soul as the intellect, your will, and your emotions.
Yeah.
I've got to read. I've definitely got to read.
And each part is a little bit different because we have different personalities. So I encourage each person just to take a look at it. We challenge you, take a peek.
And
You want to say something?
I
Yeah.
love what Albert said with the approach, because the idea came from him when we were collaborating. But if he had a bad soul, he would have dismissed us because
And
he
go on his
felt
own thing, yeah.
and do his own thing. Success is not a one-man show.
True.
Even though ideas come to individuals, those ideas are dependent on people. People who have their stuff together. So that's why it's a constant journey
Yeah.
of finding the right people, the
Yeah.
prepared people,
Yeah.
the healed people, and people that are ready to work.
Right. Right.
Ready to work. The hard ball is always
Yeah.
going at Walter. But so Walter, with the work, you gotta celebrate. You
Yeah.
have to launch
Yes.
big.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the goal, to launch big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us what's gonna happen.
Well, on April the 11th at 6:45
6:45
p.m., we're going to be at the New Life Baptist Church. We're there because we want somewhere that can hold at least 300 people.
Yeah.
With good parking. That's in the center, in the heart of, town and so on. So that's where we're going to be. And it's going to be a book launch. I know anybody launching a book will say it's a book launch unlike any other book launch, but we guarantee that this one will be unlike any book launch, because there are going to be some, not just the information and the knowledge that we share. We're launching not just the book, we're launching a movement. So
Yes.
there are other projects that persons are going to be able to sign up for on the day that are going to help them on their journey to success. We have a giveaway. A huge giveaway, that's a surprise. One person who comes in will walk away with a special gift to help them on their journey, and they will really love that. And it's just going to be a time of realizing, hey, I could be successful. Persons are going to leave this book launch and they're going to pick back up things that they have put down
Right.
and given up on, because they realize, hey, there's a road that I can take to get to success. I can finish this project. I can, so it's going to be huge, and we're encouraging everybody. We want the entire BVI
Yeah.
to come. If
Show up.
No, in fact, you know what? It's not for everybody. We want everybody who wants to be successful to come up. If
everybody.
you don't want to be successful,
That's everyone. Somewhere along your life
Yeah.
journey,
Exactly.
you got something you want to be successful at. If it's just waking up in the morning and being able to open your eyes and be blessed with eyesight.
Yeah.
Simple things.
Yeah.
Is this going to be in the halls of the church, or is it Save the Seat Center, or it's on the outside?
It's in the church. It's not church,
Right.
And even if it is,
but we want persons to be comfortable,
Yes.
and we want persons to have that space where they feel good, and it's a good environment. And we're just encouraging everybody to come out. We have room for everybody. Like I said, surprises. We have some upcoming events that we're going to be sharing.
Yeah.
For those like you who thinking about writing their books, persons have approached each of us and spoken to us about when they saw our books, even before this one, when they saw our individual books, they were like, I want to write my book. I have an idea for a book. We have the Jaws of Writing workshop.
Yep.
That's going to be on June the 15th and 16th. That's going to be at the Save the Seed Center on the basketball court, but it's going to be transformed into something that persons won't believe where they are. So that's the Jaws of Writing workshop. Persons are going to be put on to publishing agents. They're going to learn the whole gamut from the thought of the book to getting it published, whether self-published or through a publisher. And there's another exciting, we can't say all right now, Can't say all right now. And then in November, we have the Jaws of Public Speaking workshop for persons and businesses, who did want their employees, or you as an individual, a student, you want to get over your fear of speaking in public. We have our workshops that's going to teach people, give them the tools to overcome that fear and to speak with confidence. We're giving a grand workshop on the jaws of successful public speaking. Our signature event is in 2025, July the 21st to the 26th. It's the Jaws of Marriage Cruise. Persons are going to be able to sign up. You have enough time. Get that marriage in. So people are going to be able to sign up at the book launch for any one of these events. But the cruise is going to be... Well, the couples have until July next year.
You're not taking any bait.
If they're engaged, they can come because you're gonna get married. That's fine.
You could even do another one for the couple.
That's true.
Yeah, we work it out. Yeah.
Because it's gonna be an annual event, so yeah.
Yes, yes.
But this one is for married couples in
Yes.
July of next
Gotcha.
year. Yeah, we want to make sure that the cabins are full of married people.
I wouldn't even take my imaginations there. Just do your thing. Once married, so I could picture it. Going on those things that where it's all couples. Lord, the things that come out of those. It's beautiful though.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah,
Yes.
So
Awesome.
we're going to be on the Carnival Magic for that cruise, and persons can sign up, pre-register. It's big things, huge thing. We're going to be in the schools. We're going to be given to the community.
Okay.
Yes, certainly.
We want that even from the time that they're in school, students would be able to understand what success is. So by the time they get into whether it's the private sector or the public service, they know what is expected of them. You wouldn't have to be spending so much money on training in terms of customer service and professionalism. This is a curriculum that we'll also be writing on a manual. We're going into the schools, we're going into the college. Our plans are to just bring success to everybody.
Success is such a beautiful word.
Oh, yeah.
And it speaks to the beautiful souls of you guys who put aside the laziness, who takes up
Everybody have a touch
authority
of it.
to help your brother put in the works.
That's
It
right.
just all comes together, and we have been, having so many conversations before, and never one day did it really dawn on me, JAWS.
Joshua Albert Walter.
Wow.
We were predestined, preordained for this journey, this approach, this work, and for the success.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
and the truth is, on the journey of getting it complete, each of us had to experience the journey, the approach, and the work.
Yeah.
There were times Walter would push us to get us finishing. There were times.
The one who works
Right.
always want to make sure that others work too.
But that's the thing. We each
Right.
section actually reflects our personality.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So the goal was to get the book done, but each of us actually played a part in making sure we
Certainly.
didn't stumble.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah.
we kept
I'm ask you guys this last question.
Sure.
2017 today. How do you see you? What's the growth, if any at all, you would have seen in yourself? I would not ask you another question.
Start
The
with
growth, I would say, is to be more determined, to be persistent, and to follow your own dreams and desires, and not be stuck in a box based on people's perception of you and where they want you to be, but allow your wings to fly. Because in 2017, I was in government. Today I'm in real estate. And that's a big jump.
It's a journey.
Trying to
That's
keep
a
my mouth
journey.
closed, Not to ask about
That's a big J. That's a big
That's
J.
a big jump.
That's
Yeah.
a big change.
For me, I think I have grown in terms of my perspective, realizing that never give up on believing in yourself. Never give up on the thing that God has put in your heart. I know He dropped this in my heart back in 2018. And like I said, it was a fight to get here. But I realized that if I did all three parts, we would be successful. So for me, believe your own story. Believe who you are. That's what really boils down to. Because now I know for sure. I always knew I was unstoppable, but with these brothers with me, unstoppable.
2017 to today, how have I grown? That's a huge question.
Yeah.
Like Albert and like Joshua, all of us went through some areas of loss of loved ones in our lives during that period. And that was one of the areas that we had to navigate through.
Yeah.
Our journey, our approach, and how it affected our work. But at the end of the day, we were just looking at success. I had to look at the fact that it wasn't just me. These two gentlemen were also dependent on me. They said the same thing, because sometimes you felt like this is too much, you know. But when you have a good core in your corner, and you don't need a lot of people in your circle, you know, but when you have good people who you know are connected to your purpose, they're connected to your success, then even if somewhere along the line you fall apart, because we got caught in our own individual stuff, our individual noise, our individual journey, approach, and work. But you always end up coming back together, because it's, like I said before, it's preordained and it's predestined. There was a word spoken over the three of us at our individual book launch. And it's something that no matter what happens, it keeps
Bring us back, right?
bringing us back together. So this is a movement.
Yeah.
It's not punctiliar, it's linear.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something that JAWS is bringing to the community, to the region, to the world. And we just encourage everybody to get ready for it.
Jump on board.
Be a part of the movement.
And I say no more other than thank you guys for coming here today, sharing, and we follow you throughout this journey. We hope that you make it a priority to get on board the journey of JAWS. Look out April 11th for the launch at the New Life Baptist Church. Be there, and the experience, as it's been said, is going to be fantabulous. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition of The Big Story.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.